With Godzilla vs. Kong less than 2 weeks away, we know that the giant nuclear reptile and the monkey are going to be taking center stage in this battle of the century. But will there be other glimpses at some of their ancient relatives? Both the Kongs and Gojira, Godzilla's kind, used to be very abundant in their numbers, and these two super titan breeds faced off in an ancient war that no doubt will have much to play in the story for Godzilla vs. Kong. So this begs the question, will there be more scenes showing maybe flashbacks of ancient members of both Godzilla and Kong's kind? If so, the creators for this movie have been clever in hiding this information, but certain glimpses of Kong in particular show him looking noticeably different in separate shots. This could be due to various reasons like time jumps or weird angles, but what if these were sneaky scenes showing an ancient relative of Kong? That's the topic for today's video, so sit back and enjoy. Let's get to it. The MonsterVerse hasn't been afraid of showing plenty of dead ancestors and family members for both Godzilla and Kong. In fact, these deaths have had a major impact within the combined universe for the two iconic monsters. Kong's clan and parents' brutal deaths at the hands of the Skullcrawlers set up our Kong to be the lonely recluse with nothing to lose and everything to gain by avenging his lost ones. And the killing of Dagon, the only other known member of the Gojira species by the hands of the Muto Prime, set up the entire story for Godzilla 2014. So the past in the MonsterVerse plays a massive part in why the current events of the universe are happening, but outside of the graphic novels, we have never got a glimpse of the other Kongs and Gojira other than their skeletal remains. If Godzilla vs. Kong is the true end of at least this chapter of the MonsterVerse, and maybe the entire thing, then why not take this chance to show not one of each species, but potentially dozens? Now I once again want to remind you residents that this is merely wishful thinking, and there is no confirmed evidence of flashback scenes of our favorite monsters chumming it up with their buds or raging war. But I would like to focus on Kong here and why he looks different. If you take a freeze frame image of Kong here and then compare it with the image we have of supposedly Kong reaching the Hollow Earth and discovering his past, he looks somewhat different. It could be that we're making a far-fetched reach here, or that maybe there is a large time jump in the movie, but nonetheless it really does make me wish that we get at the very least a couple scenes of the ancient war. The amount of focus on this ancient war within the promotional material for this movie has also made me question if we're going to get to see some of this supposedly world-changing battle in the movie. All the talk about it is obviously intended to raise the stakes for their personal one-on-one battle, but actually showing some of the other members of their respective species would do a lot for both the movie itself and the expanded lore that will no doubt want to be continued on in some way if the movie is popular. With 4 movies, multiple graphic novels and books, along with a brand new Netflix series in the works, expanding as much of the lore in Godzilla vs. Kong as possible only allows for more routes to be taken in the future. Let's compare 2 of my favorite series, Star Wars and Jurassic Park. The Sci-Fi King movie franchise was designed in a way that allowed this made-up fantasy world to be full of practically endless opportunities when it comes to stories needed to be told. Movies, games, books, magazines. The amount of Star Wars expanded lore content is just insane. Then you have the Jurassic series. I'd say the movies are on the same level as Star Wars, but beyond that, there is really nothing for the franchise, at least not until recently. There are so many reasons why this is, but a major reason why there has been so little effort in expanding the lore of the Jurassic movies is that the movies themselves, no matter how great they are, were not made in a way that built much of a true cinematic universe. The movies both create and then go ahead and destroy their own chances of expanding the lore and how they are created, as more or less unique and individual stories, not really trying to build upon one another, at least until Jurassic World came around. Jurassic Park was never intended to be the massive series that it is right now, while Star Wars was from the very get-go designed to be a continuing story. Now back to the MonsterVerse, the creators have taken a less than typical route when it comes to their cinematic universe. Each movie being its own unique story and style of film thanks to a different director taking the helm on every project. But you can't deny that these were made in the hopes of creating a much larger extended lore base where they're all kinda connected. Getting a glimpse at an army of Kongs and Gojira living in their old natural ways with little to no human interaction would just allow so many opportunities for the franchise if it did wish to move forward. On top of pleasing all the fans who want to see some of that ancient kaiju action, myself included. Just seeing a mere 10 seconds of ancient Kong and Gojira footage would be perfect and not too hard to expect for the movie, at least I think that. It would help fuel the fight between Godzilla and Kong, adding in some extra emotions to raise the intensity of the movie. And most importantly, how cool would it be to hear numerous Godzilla and Kong roars echoing throughout the vast halls of the Hollow Earth? So maybe we won't get to see the ancients in the movie, and if so, that's okay. There could be other chances in the future in some shape or form to show this ancient battle. But just putting together this video has got me super excited at the mere chance of seeing any of this. What do you think? Let us know if you want to see glimpses of the ancient war and ancestors of both Godzilla and Kong. Make sure to stomp the subscribe button if you haven't already to join our lovely little town of DangerVille. As always, this has been Jacob. Thank you all so much for your time today, and I will see you in the next one.